Say goodbye to liver damage and hello to optimal liver function with this breakthrough formula. You're about to discover a program so powerful, it's designed to repair liver damage and give anyone who uses it the best radical defense, healthy liver enzymes, functions, and detoxification in a matter of weeks. Its investors have been conveniently silenced and forced to live in the shadows by Big Pharma for the past 15 years. Mainstream media refuses to make their story public, even though it could save millions. Your own doctor, under Big Pharma's strict orders, will refuse to say a word about its existence. And yet, this major full liver restoring discovery is too important to be kept buried. So if you're here, put your phone on silent, close the door, and make sure you watch every second of this video. Because in just 3 minutes from now, you'll know exactly what's making your liver functions decline, making you feel tired and fatigued, whether you realize it or not, how to stop it, and how to reach perfect healthy liver marker functions Mother Nature gives. Hi, my name is Eric Young. If you or one of your loved ones have been feeling constantly tired, or noticing you or them haven't performed at peak levels, and are afraid that one day you might reach the unwanted phase of fatty liver, fibrosis or cirrhosis, and then to liver failure, possible transplant or potential liver acute damage, then today your world is about to change forever. Because you're moments away from a scientifically proven all-natural method that can finally improve and repair your liver health and functions 100%, and give you back the healthy liver metabolism, markers, enzymes, detoxification, and free radical defense you once had. With absolutely no surreal diet efforts, expensive drugs, or crazy solutions. And without having to face that dismissive look of your doctors ever again. So sit tight, because the answers I'm going to reveal in less than 2 minutes from now will change everything you ever thought was true about deteriorating liver cells. Your doctor is dead wrong. The real reason why you or your loved one's liver cells are slowly dying is not normal, even though it's a condition that has affected so many innocent men and women, even at young ages. It has zero to do with hereditary genes, fatigue, your immune system, or age. No. The problem goes much deeper. The problem, as recent clinical evidence shows, backed by a dozen emerging reports, some even published in the Harvard Medical School's journal, is an imbalance of free radicals and antioxidants in the body, which slowly but surely leads to cell and tissue damage, wreaking havoc in your liver and on your overall health, while slowly lowering your vital liver functions. Have you ever wondered why more than 30 million Americans suffer from mild liver damage, meaning their liver abilities are starting to decline? And the real number is believed to be between 80 and 100 million, with many of them not knowing they have them. 20, 40, 60-year-olds, people that were simply abandoned by modern medicine. And yet there are men and women even in their late 90s with perfect liver functions. The answer is not for the weak of heart. But once you learn it, it will give you the key to finally stop this debilitating disease and regain your optimal liver functions and health. Picture a rough period in your future when you won't be able to sleep properly, to eat healthy, or you might feel exhausted, but you or your liver won't feel a thing. You'll be able to go on with your day full of energy without efforts. Never again having to worry about a fatty liver that affects every aspect of your health, or about your liver's ability to keep you healthy both on short and long term. Never mind having to feel the pressure, that annoying thought in the back of your mind that you might reach liver failure, or worse, never again having to worry that one day you might fall off your feet from fatigue and be dependent on a transplant or other people to live. Instead, you'll be a free man or woman who lives in a beautiful, vivid life and enjoys every single moment of it. Just like millions of other men and women like you who, even in their late 70s, still have perfect livers and have an immunity to envy. I know how shocking this sounds right now. Believe me, I truly do. After all, you've heard a gazillion different stories about your liver's health over the years, and probably a lot of BS too. Your own doctor has probably sold you a lot of false or outdated information. Sure, they always had the best intentions in mind and were always happy to write you that prescription for new, right? Even though your liver cells were slowly failing you every day. I say to you, no more of this. And no matter where you are, whether your liver deterioration was caused by external or internal factors, like a hit in your abdomen or incorrect alimentation, you have a duty to yourself to stay focused right here on this page. Because today, for the first time, your liver itself, along with every other aspect of your life, are guaranteed to change for the better. I promise. You'll supercharge your liver while improving your immunity functions. Your entire well-being will skyrocket with vitality and energy with this 100% natural, safe, and effective trick that has no side effects but delivers life-changing results. This scientifically proven method that you're about to discover is designed to specifically target the real root cause of liver deterioration by reactivating your natural protection mechanism that affects your liver cells instead of letting them systematically break. All these benefits come along with substantial improvements in both short-term and long-term recovery capability, guaranteed to add years or even decades to your life. So listen up, because time flies fast. The global liver recovery system is worth $150 billion, and they're definitely not planning to stop their evil expansion. Absolutely not. The question is, what are you ready to do about it? The real question is, are you going to let them prey on you for the rest of your life while your worst nightmare becomes reality? I really hope not, because what I have to share today will save each and every one of your liver cells, and finally give you happiness and peace of mind. But please, don't take my word for granted. Every day my phone gets flooded with phone calls, texts, emails, WhatsApp messages, and they all say the same thing, that this program is going to work for any woman or man out there. So let's get to it then. It's about time you set free from the exhausting fatty liver prison you've been experiencing for too long. Like I said, I'm Eric Young. Ever since I graduated from Harvard University, I only had one goal in mind: to research, help, and find a solution for people in need. And the domain I chose was gastroenterology, specifically hepatology, meaning I specialized in diagnosing and treating liver pathologies. During my long career, I've worked with many prestigious doctors, professionals, and experts in their field. People who've shared my dream and others who were too caught up in their classic treatment methods and didn't agree with my alternative way of thinking. I've seen and treated every single aspect related to liver deterioration, and I tried to help as many people as I could. I was also honored to have been part of an elite team of researchers and medical experts that discovered some of the most incredible breakthroughs for these terrible conditions. In my over 30 years of experience, I have helped over 7,500 Americans improve and ameliorate their fatty livers that no longer function properly. I wanted to prove to myself and the entire medical community that liver deterioration can be stopped, and it's not a life sentence. I wanted to prove to them all that liver cell decay can be stopped with almost zero effort. Even though every time I dared to mention this to one of my senior colleagues, they would laugh me out of the room, I never stopped. But before I go on, you should know why 99% of the doctors consider liver deterioration normal, a condition that comes with age and lifestyle, they claim, even though it's affecting more and more of our younger population every day. And sure, to some extent they are right. Over 30 million people in the U.S. suffer from hepatic steatosis, or fatty liver, or other forms of liver degradation. More than 50% of our senior population experiences some kind of liver affection at some point, and this number is expected to significantly increase over the next decade. Now, this may seem commonplace, as all the doctors you'll go to will tell you, but there is no way it is normal, as you'll see in just a couple minutes. Now, if you or one of your loved ones started to feel pressure on the right part of your abdomen, or worse, to feel tired and no matter how much you sleep you can't get rid of that sensation, you know how vicious this disease can be. It affects every single aspect of your life, including your relationships. First, there are small details you tend to feel, like waking up in the morning tired after going to bed at 9 p.m., which you don't necessarily pay attention to. Then you somehow notice how you cannot focus anymore, and no matter how hard you try, you never feel fully rested. You're not yourself anymore. You always feel exhausted. You can't be as good of a husband, father, or mother as you used to. You constantly see other people's judgmental looks, but they don't know how difficult this can be sometimes. And by the time you know it, the doctor has given you prescription for fatty liver. You keep wondering, when will all this stop? You feel cursed, and for a good reason. Even with all these solutions that come from state-of-the-art techniques, people are drowning in painful hopelessness, and no one seems to care to find a long-lasting solution. There are 100 million people traumatized from liver damage in the U.S. alone, and yet they are forced to accept a tormenting and unfortunate reality. No major breakthrough treatment, no radical research. People have been convinced that liver deterioration and unhealthy liver toxicity are unavoidable and incurable, and no complicated surgery can help them get over it. Even gastroenterologists are sunk in stagnation. They prescribe you the same pills, exercises, and propose staggeringly expensive treatments as the sole fix, with no results. I'm sure you know and have been through all these things already. Feeling tired, not being able to properly filter toxins that ravage you on a daily basis, has been a pain in, well, you know where. So you constantly try to get more sleep, eat more healthy, Concentrate on details in order to get over awkward or even dangerous situations or not to make a fool out of yourself. And you can't live with the everyday burden of constantly worrying your liver could let you down and regret it for the rest of your life. Or the thought of reaching that point in your liver's health where there is no turning back, leading to fatty liver, hepatitis, or worse, cirrhosis. Now, if any of this rings true for you, you should know one thing. This is not your fault. It really isn't. I've been prescribing liver pills my entire life because that's what conventional medicine has taught me. I used all the methods available to improve people's liver health. I was intimately familiar with them all. But all it took was one incident alone to bring my knowledge about liver failure upside down. So stick with me for a couple more minutes, because I'll unveil the story of how I accidentally stumbled across what could be considered the most important scientific discovery of modern medicine. The true key solution that any woman or man can use to quickly get back their perfect liver functions. You see, I have seen countless men and women that came to me to help them, lost in sadness and panic for their slow but certain liver deterioration, willing to spend every single penny of theirs to get rid of this debilitating disease. People that felt cursed and angry that their whole life has suddenly become a shambles, and they couldn't do a single thing about it. People that were absolutely innocent and deserved more than this disastrous fate. And yet they were coming through my office door every single day, ashamed and devastated, imploring me to save their liver functions. Witnessing so many heart-rending cases made me feel sorry for them. And yet I knew deep down that losing your overall health was probably the most difficult enemy to be fought with. I always thought this was the way things worked, and that it might even happen to me one day, that the only way to so-called treat liver decline was to prescribe a pill or suggest eating healthy and dropping alcohol. After all, if scientists had found a better solution by now, we would know about it already, right? Well, I couldn't be more wrong. Because one morning, as I was heading to the hospital, I got a call from another hospital telling me my 66-year-old father was taken to the ER because they found him unconscious on the kitchen floor. Panicked, I rushed over there, and when I reached the hospital, the nurse told me my father was in the operating room. I knew he had a fatty liver for years, but I always managed to keep it under control. She told me he barely called the ambulance before fainting in his kitchen. I immediately thought of the worst, and the nurse confirmed he was on the verge of acute liver failure. Acute liver failure happens when your liver simply doesn't work anymore because of various reasons. And the irony of the situation is that it doesn't even show signs. My dad felt and looked healthy. Of course, he had a fatty liver. I knew that, but he was trying to make a change in his life. Unfortunately, he didn't get to do it. It hit him out of the blue with a hint, and he was hanging by a thread. I was already thinking of liver transplant, maybe even donating myself. A couple of days later, he sort of got back on his feet, and I managed to transfer him to my hospital to take care of him. So I did some investigations of my own. When the results came in, my heart was broken into scattered pieces. His liver was at an advanced degree of degradation and soaking in fat like few I had seen. It was working at only 80% capacity, and it was so bad I was surprised something like this hadn't happened sooner. I was afraid I might lose him. It started with him feeling a little tired daily, then waking up fatigued after going to bed early. Nothing out of the ordinary, it happens to all of us at one point. Maybe that's why he didn't mention anything. Then it continued with nausea and loss of appetite, but he still thought it was just a phase. He told me how one time he even thought he saw blood in his stool, but he wasn't sure, so again he didn't mention anything. I couldn't believe my ears. How could that happen to my own father when his son worked in this exact domain? I was baffled. How could I not see the signs? Being a specialist in this field, I had to do something. The only possible reason I could find after dozens of lab tests was that his lifestyle was to blame. It was a diagnosis I had given hundreds, maybe thousands of times to other patients, and the only thing I could do was to prescribe some medication that would barely slow the degradation process and advise on a change in eating and sleeping. After getting him back on his feet, he still had problems. I was beginning to get desperate. I felt powerless because there was nothing I could do to protect the one I cared for most, and I simply felt furious. Outraged about the fact that science, as advanced as it got, couldn't help my father live his life as he deserved to. I was furious that he was completely dependent on scientific discoveries he might not make it to try out, and furious about the fact that for so many years, after endless trying, I couldn't find a solution for a problem almost every man or woman will be facing sooner or later. As time went by, I realized my father's health wasn't improving at all. He had another aggressive episode when he felt nausea and even vomited a few times. Luckily, he was still admitted, and I managed to stabilize him. Moreover, after a while, the very pills that were making him better attacked the immune system, and now he was more vulnerable than ever. The state he was in was ripping me apart, and yet I knew this wasn't going to go away by magic. I knew that liver damage was a hard nut to crack. It had taken me over 2 decades to understand this disease and its behavior, and I must say, it's truly one of the trickiest that I've ever seen. The decline of the liver appears out of nowhere, with no signs at all. It may affect it with very subtle and mild symptoms, but your liver can compensate with no signs until it goes down, and then hell slowly sets in. As time passes, it becomes worse, ruining every day-to-day activity you can imagine. For example, if you suffer from fatty liver, you won't be able to concentrate because of the fatigue your body will be going through. It will be very difficult for you to go on with your day and even work. Even if you try and do easier things, you will feel fatigue easier and faster than a normal person. You'll become extremely vulnerable to all types of side effects like extreme headaches, nausea, convulsions, seizures, not to mention disorientation, confusing, and the general sense of feeling unwell and not knowing why. And if left unchecked, it can lead to life-threatening situations such as bleeding, bleeding disorders, infections, and even kidney failure. And the worst part is, it can happen even if you think you have a healthy lifestyle. It doesn't matter how good the rest of your health is, fatty liver or liver failure makes no exceptions. It is bound to appear regardless of what you do. Now imagine me trying to explain that to my poor father who had already felt all these on his own skin. Imagine being the one who has to tell him that he'll have to radically change his lifestyle from now on, from eating to daily workouts at 66. That the next time he sees fast food may be years, and from now on, that he'd have to eat only salads if he wants to live. My heart ached for him, and what puzzled me was how on earth his liver functions got so bad at such a rapid pace with no signs at all. I stayed late night after night, thinking about this pressing matter, and about other people that came to me for help over the years. It was truly haunting me. Why do some people have perfect livers and liver functions at advanced ages with reckless lifestyle, while members of their family suffer from fatty livers or worse, even at young ages, yet others with no family history damage their liver cells so quickly at young ages? And more important, if science claims decreasing liver health is a terrible disease you cannot avoid and comes with age, why do some people as old as 70 have not a single sign of liver disease? It just doesn't add up. There had to be something that did not affect liver cells and kept liver functions 100% intact. I just wasn't able to see it. But as they say, life works in mysterious ways. Ironically, my father's condition got worse. And while taking care of him, as I was constantly visiting him, I met a medical consultant on a 4-week transfer from Tristan da Cunha to teach about his medical practices at home. A highly intelligent man, he was one of the friendliest doctors I had ever met with a great sense of humor. And to my luck, we both worked in the same medical branch. And it's my strong belief God brought him into my life to make a miracle, and you'll find out why in a minute. He told me he was a published author and was constantly interviewed by national television, both in U.S. and other countries. I told him about my father's issue, and he wanted to know if he could help me. He had been working from overseas for over a decade for a big pharma conglomerate whose annual revenue was well over $1 billion, so funds weren't an issue, as was my case. You see, besides being an extremely nice, empathetic, and humble person, Dr. Repetto was also a very good doctor. During his career, he dealt with thousands of extreme and severe cases of liver failure, helping each and every one of his patients as much as he could. His work, in every sense of the word, was impeccable. Given the common calling we had, we became close friends over that period. He told me all about his life in his home country of Tristan da Cunha, a magical, remote, and isolated volcanic island in the South Atlantic Ocean. It is considered the most remote inhabited island in the world, with a population of less than 300 people, all of whom are descended from a group of 15 people who settled there in the 19th century. And that's where the solution was. Tristan da Cunha is home to a variety of unique plant species. Due to its isolation and harsh climate, the island has a limited number of plant species, but those that have adapted to the local conditions are incredibly hardy and have developed some unique characteristics. For example, one amazing plant species found on Tristan da Cunha is the Nisohediotis arborea, also known as the cabbage tree. It is a small tree with succulent leaves that is native to the island and is commonly used for medicinal purposes. The leaves are used to treat a variety of ailments, including digestive problems, headaches, and respiratory issues. Overall, the plant life on Tristan da Cunha is unique and is adapted to the island's extreme climate and isolation. In fact, many remedies and medicines for stomach and digestive problems, high blood pressure, and kidney problems derive from exotic Tristan da Cunha plants, such as Ganolobus, slipper flower, Ipium austral. And he was telling me the beauty of his home. He told me about one of his dear patients from U.S. who went through the similar disease. He told me how he started to feel tired in the beginning, leading up to being admitted for acute liver failure. So the last night before my father got discharged, I begged him if he knew anything at all to help my father where a headache of American studies had failed. Eric, my friend, I'm glad you asked me. It's well known, and I'm sure you too have found this over your career, that if anyone experiences sudden and unexplained liver failure, as your father did, the reason lies in their liver tissue and liver cells. But if conventional medicine hasn't been able to solve this lifelong problem, it's because it's been looking at the whole issue from the wrong angle. I've looked over your father's lab tests, and as I suspected, the problem is the capacity of his liver to regenerate. But don't worry, I have the answer for you. I've treated a patient just like your father. First, let me explain. As you know, the liver is the only one of the body's unsung heroes. Its purpose is to filter all of the blood in the body and break down poisonous substances, such as alcohol and drugs, and it also produces the bile, a fluid that helps digest fats and carry away waste. Your father's liver doesn't show any signs, with no apparent damage, but what modern medicine can't figure out is that the cells themselves are severely affected, which means it can't regenerate as it should, leading to your father not being socially functional. He simply cannot live his life the way it's meant to be lived. On the other hand, a normal liver means fast and precise regeneration, given the perfect circumstances, and an efficient cleansing of the body. The reason why no one can figure out how to stop the deterioration of the liver cells was because they didn't go further in the organism. The place where liver cells start degrading is not the liver itself. In fact, it's inside our guts. Well, it starts with the degradation of liver cells, but this is triggered by the dangerous process that happens in our guts. Have you ever felt a little tired after a long, quiet night when you should have woken fresh and energized? That means the cells of your liver are already starting to miss out on their job, causing your fatigue. Believe me, it's not your fault. You simply don't have the right chemicals in your body to support them. As time goes by and we don't look after these cells and their role, things go from bad to worse. Something the liver recovery pills companies won't tell you, and your American doctor doesn't know, is that without them, you will never be able to function at 100%, and your liver is slowly degrading. And the so-called miracle pills, well, they only lower these chemicals, and liver cells simply push themselves until they simply break down, leaving you vulnerable to toxins that should be filtered. And this is why I don't believe in conventional pills for liver issues. People are desperately taking more and more such pills, more than ever. And studies have shown liver cells have actually been weaker over the past years, or more, as society has been evolving. And this problem doesn't necessarily happen with age. This year, they reported the U.S. population who suffers from some kind of liver problem is the highest they've ever seen. So, not surprising, the liver pills industry is worth over $80 billion. It's a big business now. I was shocked, but Dr. Repetto was absolutely right. I could imagine the greedy liver pill industry CEOs laughing as they cash their multi-million-dollar bonus checks at the expense of people like you and I, knowing their solutions are never going to work. It made me sick. So if you thought that your lack of exercise or lifestyle caused 100% of your liver decay, or if you thought that you didn't manage to take good care of your health altogether, think again. I know this because in just 1 minute I will reveal to you the real little-known cause of fatty liver and fatigue is proven by clinical studies, as well as a simple 3-second morning trigger you could do right now to speedily fight the death of liver cells and help them rejuvenate. Secondly, in order to sell more, probiotic brands add as many strains as possible inside the formula without making sure if they interact well with one another. Too many strains only confuse your body, and if the bacteria strains are not compatible, they create a new war zone inside your guts. Then studies show that 96% of the live probiotics are being killed by your saliva and stomach acid. Keep in mind that your saliva might be more acidic than normal because of the imbalanced flora. Last but not least, you take a probiotic pill that goes directly to your stomach, and then what should you do? Hope that the 4% of the bacteria that were not destroyed by stomach juices should find a way to fight the heavy war against bad bacteria? For me at least, prescribing to my father some random probiotics that might or might not be what his liver indirectly needed just wasn't an option. So what causes liver cells to slowly lose their ability to regenerate, Doc? That's what I asked him. In Dr. Repetto's words, the gut microbiome promotes intestinal absorption of toxic elements, accelerating the development of fat around and inside your liver. These microbes that originate from the gut are able to pass through the intestinal wall into the bloodstream, and from there get straight inside your liver, where they start suffocating it. You see, this infection is sneaky, though. It doesn't show signs until it's too late, and the cells are already broken. ultimately leading to fatty liver, inflammation, fibrosis, and even cirrhosis. But in fact, it is triggered by a variety of microbes inside your guts, such as Aspergillus, Fusarium, Candida, Curvularia, Penicillium, Rhizopus, Mucor, too many to be fought individually. They are literally everywhere around us, from water, plants, and trees to even starchy foods like bread and potatoes. It's impossible to avoid them, and you're constantly exposed to them, no matter where you live, your age, gender, or your body's immune system. All of these travel from your guts through your bloodstream to your liver, attacking its cells. But why do only some people get to experience the negative effects of this debilitating infestation? The truth is, it eventually affects anyone sooner or later. The only key reason that makes the difference is the capability of the gut to flush them out. It's the reason why some of our senior folks have been rapidly losing their liver capability, because their immune system is weakened as they age. That's why most people start experiencing fatty liver more and more around their 40s, even though they haven't had such problems all of their lives. Due to the thinness of your intestine wall, which is designed to absorb nutrients, they are able to bypass the digestion process and move further in the body, eventually reaching the liver as being the coziest place they could rest in. Now, the microbes aren't all that smart, but they are specific. So they go directly to your liver cells and attach themselves to them. And this explains perfectly why you may get hit by liver deterioration at any age and at any moment in life. It's like an avalanche where you have no idea it comes your way, and it finally hijacks your body. Yes, that's what it does. It literally takes over your liver cells and does not go away, no matter the medication you use. Now, this was actually confirmed by a published research in the Journal of Hepatology almost 10 years ago. And Dr. Repetto has found this in his own research, too. In fact, since then, many other peer-reviewed studies have proven the same thing, that the real root cause of liver deterioration is not found inside your liver, but inside your gut. In fact, the problem goes even further. Another study published in the famous Science journal has also proven that bad gut microbes are actually responsible for many other diseases and organs degradation in our body. But nobody pays attention to it. And yet liver-regenerating pill sales are holding high and strong every year. Everything I heard blew my mind. So the only thing that we have to do is stop these microbes from entering your bloodstream and attacking the liver. Then the cells would have the power to recover themselves, improving liver functions, kidney roll, digestion, etc. I said to Dr. Repetto, "Eric, look at me. Ted, the 64-year-old patient I was telling you about, recovered 100% and he is better than ever. He has recovered his liver functions completely and has lost weight, changing his lifestyle 180 degrees with almost zero efforts. I've been testing him every 6 months and his hepatic system is absolutely perfect. I found the way," he replied passionately. I was intrigued. And then he continued, "For us to flush out this poison, we have to safely introduce certain chemicals inside your blood cells, which can attack those parasites. Once these toxic parasites stop invading the human organism, the siege on your liver minimizes in no time, and then your liver regenerates." And then Dr. Repetto showed me how after 7 years of long, expensive research and countless lab tests, he finally managed to find the right combination of natural ingredients, most of them originating from Tristan da Cunha, that helped his patient break free from the liver prison nightmare and fight this disease. "Have you tried to publish your findings?" I asked him. "Of course I did. I went to my former employer, showed them the lab results, all my 7 years of research, and after what I think was the longest presentation I ever had, you know what they asked me? They said, 'All right, but how do we make money off this if people only have to use it once?' The next day I submitted my resignation. And I have lived every day since thinking this solution will never make it to the public eye. They won't let me. But I also thought that I was not alone against this enemy. We are in this together. Let's do it, Eric." Here it is. See it for yourself. There it was, on the next page of his research book, all the ingredients and specific quantities he'd used to recover 100% of his patient's liver functions, rejuvenating the liver 100%. Since there are so many microbes out there, and it's literally impossible to fight them all individually, this formula was meant to flush them all out. It took him 7 years and hundreds of different combinations to reach the exact mix that brought back Ted the way his family always knew him. It was incredible. "We have to put this to a larger scale test immediately," I said to my new friend. "Why do you think I came to you?" he replied. So my father was going to be the second guinea pig. So Dr. Repetto and I gave him the formula and made sure he would follow the program according to his lab test results. I was hoping and praying my father would see the same results as Dr. Repetto's patient. My father's skin started turning a little yellow on top of everything else due to his aggravating condition. I was constantly checking on him to see the results, but Dr. Repetto told me to wait, as it would take a while. After a few days, the thought of giving up crossed my mind since I didn't see any improvements, but something told me to keep on trying, and I convinced myself to continue just for a little longer. And another few days passed and still no results. The future looked bleak. Then one cold morning, my father woke up as he usually did, and he told me he didn't feel that tired anymore. He told me he almost felt energized, as he should be after a night's sleep. He hadn't done that in a long time, he said. We were excited, but we decided to wait a few more days. 2 weeks later, we evaluated him again. I was in shock. Now let me tell you, he had a state of well-being I had never seen in anyone since, forever. It was single-handedly the most incredible transformation I have ever seen in my life. I called Dr. Repetto to give him the good news. Then we took my father to test to see if there were any more traces of liver deterioration. The result? His liver was fully regained. My father had finally broken free from the liver prison that kept him captive. He started sleeping like a baby. His depression and anxiety reduced. No more fatigue. His zest for life finally came back, and he was starting to live the life he had always deserved once again. As I was talking with Dr. Repetto and I told him I was beyond thrilled that our research has finally paid off, he warned me that the remedy was efficient for Ted and my father. But what about other people? We had to test the remedy on more volunteers in order to be 100% sure about its efficiency. So what we did was to post an ad online saying we're looking for volunteers. From young men and women who felt a little tired from their lifestyle, to those with advanced clinically proven liver damage, close to fibrosis or cirrhosis. Those countless individuals that were deceived and undergone by modern medicine, all of them had one thing in common. Fatty livers or liver damage was ruining every aspect of their lives and the lives of their loved ones. In 2 weeks' time, we managed to gather over 350 volunteers ready to validate our theory. Now, I expected the remedy to be efficient, but I did not expect it to be that good. Within just a few weeks, 98% of the participants reported that they experienced through-the-roof results regarding their liver regeneration. They also reported elevated energy levels, no more weakness, no more nausea and vomiting. They were in excellent spirits and free from fatigue, stress, and anxiety. Within a few more weeks after that, 100% of the participants' tests showed that they had fully recovered their livers and improved liver functions. It was absolutely stunning. And as an unforeseen side benefit, they all observed reduced anxiety and improved mood. Other benefits were enhanced energy and fat-burning metabolism, free radical defense and healthy aging, boosted cellular repair, healthier cell functions, increased detoxifying enzymes to flush toxins. They maintained healthy fibroid activity, healthy immune functions, enhanced protein synthesis and blood flow, boosted bile production and waste removal, healthier joints, cognition, lung and gallbladder functions, healthier cholesterol and triglyceride levels, enriched nutrient absorption and vitality, normalized blood pressure, reduced risk of respiratory infections, improved digestion, stronger muscles, improved nutrient supply to the brain, better circulation and heart health. Repeated tests demonstrated no more signs of liver problems. Women were glowing with happiness. Color started showing on their cheeks. They looked and felt 20 years younger. The men were full of assertive energy and confident, no longer captives of this debilitating disease. Each one of the participants had perfect liver functions in just a few weeks. Even the most skeptical ones jumped out of their skin when they got back what they called their 20s energy. It was plain as day the remedy was working 100%. Dr. Repetto and I were watching with utter excitement as our dream was being brought to life. All this pain had to come to an end, and we had to make this available for everyone. So Dr. Repetto managed to pull some strings, so we found a small independent natural pharmaceutical company in Nevada. And we started looking for producers that only offered the purest ingredients. I'll tell you, it wasn't easy. It took us weeks until we found something reliable. You would be shocked if you'd know how ignorant most of these people are when it comes to the quality and purity of the raw materials they produce. We looked for ingredients on 3 continents. Dr. Repetto used all his connections to make sure we only got top-quality ingredients from certified and FDA-approved producers. The job was excruciating. We worked day and night to make sure each ingredient was mixed in the right quantities. But after over a month of hard work, we finally did it. So we put everything in an easy-to-swallow capsule to take 2 at once in the morning with a big glass of water. We called it Liver Guard Plus, the only 100% natural blend that targets the real cause of your fatty liver and liver deterioration and replenishes the cells dangerous microbes have been damaging without you even knowing. and helps you recover 100% of your liver functions. We only source the purest, highest quality ingredients for this formula and reach the perfect combination of 26 carefully mixed plant extracts and vitamins into an easy-to-swallow capsule to take 2 at once in the morning. We only produce LiverGuard Plus in our FDA-approved facility using the latest technology and equipment. Every capsule of LiverGuard Plus is non-GMO and safe. It does not require any restrictive diets or starving yourself. In fact, you can continue eating your favorite foods and enjoy the amazing benefits of this formula. Over a dozen independent labs across 2 continents have tested this program on 3,200 women and men from 6 countries to make sure that positive results weren't limited to only a select group of people. Lab tests have shown us that in order for this program to be efficient, all the ingredients have to be mixed only in these exact quantities and in this exact formula. And what we achieved is what most experts call a medical breakthrough. Here's a short explanation on how these ingredients work and why they are so powerful. Step 1. Your body absorbs these powerful nutrients. Once you've taken the first capsule of LiverGuard Plus, the nutrient absorption process begins. This blend contains highly effective ingredients and vitamins sourced from specific places like the island of Tristan da Cunha, Africa, Asia, Northern Europe, and even Earth's biggest rainforest in Brazil. All these nutrients are crucial for doing 2 things. First, they flush out the toxic microbes that have been causing damage to your liver. Second, they nourish and repair the broken cells. Since they are 100% natural and have been selected due to their purity, your body will immediately start absorbing them. And the liver healing process will begin immediately. Step 2, the liver cell degradation stops. Once your body has absorbed all these powerful nutrients, the liver cell degradation stops. This is extremely crucial. In order for your liver to have the power to repair itself, nutrients needed for that need to be constantly fed to the cells. To achieve this, we picked a powerful combination of L-cysteine and feverfew. This amazing remedy will empower the liver cells themselves and can start sending purifying signals through your bloodstream and guts. Step 3. Once the cells are restored, the liver itself starts regenerating and fighting the disease. Now pay attention, because here's where the incredible things start to happen. First, to help you fight the inflammation from your body, we had to carefully blend a proprietary mixture of 26 ingredients, including milk thistle is a plant that has been used for centuries as a natural remedy for liver problems. It is known for its powerful antioxidant called silymarin, which has been shown to protect the liver from damage. Milk thistle is native to Europe, and studies have found that its extract can benefit the liver by improving liver function and reducing inflammation. It also helps with digestion and can lower cholesterol levels. Additionally, milk thistle has been found to have antioxidant properties, which may help protect against other diseases and improve overall health. Overall, milk thistle is a beneficial supplement that supports liver health. Second, we added beetroot. Beetroot is a nutrient-dense root vegetable that has been used for centuries for its medicinal properties. One of its key components is a potent antioxidant called betaine, which supports liver health by protecting it from damage caused by toxins and free radicals. Betaine also helps to reduce inflammation in the liver, which can help to improve liver function and reduce the risk of liver disease. In addition to its antioxidant properties, beetroot is also rich in fiber, which is important for digestive health and aids in the removal of toxins from the body. Beetroot's fiber content can also help to improve bile flow, which aids in the digestion of fats and further supports liver health. Overall, the combination of betaine and fiber in beetroot make it a crucial dietary addition to support the liver. Next on the list, Dr. Repetto and I made sure to add another powerful ingredient, the famous dandelion. Dandelion is a herbaceous perennial plant that is commonly found in many parts of the world. The leaves and roots of dandelion have been used in traditional medicine for centuries to treat a variety of conditions, especially liver problems. One of the ways dandelion can benefit the liver is by stimulating the production and flow of bile, which is essential for the digestion and absorption of fats and fat-soluble vitamins. Bile is produced in the liver and stored in the gallbladder, and when we eat a meal containing fats, the gallbladder releases bile into the small intestine to help break down the fats. Dandelion contains compounds called sesquiterpene lactones, which have been shown to increase the production and flow of bile. Besides improving digestion, it also reduces symptoms such as bloating, constipation, and indigestion. Dandelion also has antioxidant properties, which can help to protect the liver cells from damage caused by toxins and free radicals. The liver is responsible for detoxifying the body, and it can be damaged by exposure to environmental toxins, alcohol, and certain medications. By protecting the liver cells from damage, dandelion can help to support liver health and function. I mentioned how the liver is basically suffocated, oxygen and nutrients not being able to reach it. So we needed an effective ingredient to clear the pathways, remove inflammation, and nourish your liver. And this is jujube seed. Recent studies have found that this natural wonder can improve liver function and reduce damage caused by liver fibrosis and hepatitis. Jujube seed is also known for its ability to regulate lipid metabolism, which can lead to better cholesterol levels and promote liver health. But that's not all. Jujube seed also boasts calming and sedative effects, which can help soothe stress and anxiety, both of which can harm your liver. And a total of 26 incredible ingredients mixed perfectly to nourish your liver and help you fight off the vicious inflammation and intoxication from your body cells once and for all. No other known blend can reach the effectiveness of this liver healing solution. And in just a few weeks, you'll finally be your old self again, with improved liver functions, with no fatigue, and ultra-efficient toxic cleansing capabilities. That's because this natural blend does one important thing. It gives you back your natural-born and deserved liver strength and helps you regain your life back. It activates your body's natural protection mechanism, which shields your liver cells instead of letting them break systematically and permanently. Besides all these, this amazing formula will guarantee for anyone taking it a liver that's firing on all cylinders, with enhanced detoxification properties to flush out toxins and fat out of your body, while skyrocketing your immunity. Now, you may have two questions at this point. How do I get my hands on LiverGuard Plus, and in what quantity should I take this supplement? You see, it's difficult for me to answer the first question. That's because most of the ingredients used to make LiverGuard Plus are extremely hard and time-consuming to source, which makes our ability to keep high stocks on hand almost impossible. Every woman and man that has tested LiverGuard Plus and improved their liver functions is asking us for more bottles, for themselves and for their families and friends. This makes our stock run out in days every time we get a new shipment. And you should know that we produce LiverGuard Plus in small batches only, which take up to 3 months to deliver, which means that once we run out of stock, you'll have to wait another 3 months until you can get your hands on this formula. Then there's the big pharma army of angry lawyers who threaten to shut us down if we don't take this formula down. Now, since you're here, your product is reserved. But unfortunately, if you leave this page, we cannot guarantee supply when you come back. Now, before I tell you in what quantities you should take this supplement, here's something very important you should know. In order to make this formula work for you, you have to take into consideration to what degree your liver has been affected, and how long you've been carrying this issue. Based on a test we made with our partnering lab on over 3,200 men and women from 6 different countries, looking at the states their livers are affected, I must confess the results were shockingly bad. So when it comes to how much of LiverGuard Plus you should take, our safe response is, don't risk it. After seeing the results of over 93,600 women and men from all over the world, we recommend taking at least 3 bottles of LiverGuard Plus over a period of 90 days. And if you want to be completely safe, then we recommend taking at least 6 bottles or more. This will naturally boost your liver functions and detoxifying properties for the rest of your days. Tens of thousands of men and women have confidently used LiverGuard Plus with mind-blowing results. They now enjoy the new life that has been given to them. They live a happy, full life where they don't have to constantly worry about future liver problems like fatty liver, or worse, cirrhosis. They are stress-free and anxiety-free. They are now free and ready to explore and enjoy every aspect of their lives without a care in the world, being healthy and liver fat-free. And their confidence levels are holding high and strong since they don't have to deal with this frustrating problem anymore. People like Emily Johnson, a 56-year-old from San Diego, California, who says, "I can't believe the difference this product has made. Before taking it, I was always feeling sluggish and bloated, and I knew my liver was struggling. But now I have more energy and I feel lighter. My digestion has improved and even my skin looks clearer. I'm so grateful to have found this supplement." Christopher Davis, 62-year-old from Portland, Oregon. "I have struggled with liver issues for years and have tried countless remedies and medications, but nothing seemed to work. That is, until I tried LiverGuard Plus. After a few days of taking it, I began to feel a noticeable difference in my energy levels and my overall health state was better. I find that the combination of ingredients nourishes and supports my liver and kidneys as well. Most importantly, I noticed a significant improvement in my liver function test during my last checkup with my doctor. This supplement has truly been a game changer for me, and I highly recommend it to anyone dealing with liver issues. Madison Williams, 44 years old, from Columbus, Ohio. As a guy who's always on the go, I was looking for something that could support my liver health and give me an extra boost of energy to tackle my day. That's why I decided to try this supplement, and I'm so glad I did. From the very first day, I noticed a significant improvement in my productivity levels, whether it was completing IT projects, writing assignments, or just getting things done around the house. Plus, the price-to-benefit ratio is unbeatable. I highly recommend Liver Guard Plus to anyone looking to take their performance to the next level. Michael Smith, 76 years old, from Nashville, Tennessee. After a friend recommended Liver Guard Plus to me, I was hesitant to try it at first. But after researching the science behind the product and taking it daily, I can confidently say that I've noticed significant improvements in my liver functions and overall health. I feel more energized and less fatigued, and I even noticed an improvement in my digestion. I highly recommend this supplement to anyone looking to support their liver, eliminate toxic substances, and improve their overall well-being. Now, after hearing all this, you understand why this program was initially priced at $276. Sure, I could have easily done this and people would still line up to get this formula. The truth is, neither me nor Dr. Repetto are not here to make money. Both of us have made ourselves a good amount of money during our medical careers. And there is just one last thing I want to do. I want to help you and millions of women and men out there to break free from the liver prison that's slowly taking over, turning into a nightmare. That's why I'm not going to ask you for $276. Or even $176 for the program that has already helped 93,600 women and men just like you. In fact, today, while this website is still up, you have a one-time chance to get the clinically proven formula that repairs your liver cells and helps you remove toxins from your body, increase health biofuel, and protect your liver from damaging free radicals for only $69 a bottle. And because I know how important it is to regain your whole health altogether, I've managed to get our manufacturer to offer a big discount on the 6-bottle packages of Liver Guard Plus. This means that you can get it for only $49 per bottle and also get free shipping from us for as long as the supply lasts. Once Liver Guard Plus is out of stock, the discount is gone forever. So go ahead, select your package and join the 97,700 men and women who for so many times in their beautiful lives have regenerated their perfect livers. Now, tens of thousands of women and men are already living proof that Liver Guard Plus will get your liver functions at full speed and give you back the healthy, perfect body Mother Nature gave to you. 3 bottles of Liver Guard Plus will both rid you from the liver-killing microbes and remove harmful environmental toxins and contaminants from food, medications, excess cholesterol, fats, and cellular waste, refreshing your body and even strengthening your immune system. But there is a reason why 98% of our users choose the 6 bottles package. Once you go with the 6 bottles package, in just 6 months from now, you'll be able to completely shield yourself against any microbes that would pound hard on your liver and keep your liver performing at peak levels, which also means that Liver Guard Plus will act like a natural defense system against both long and short-term liver damage and much more. Now, if this sounds all right, look below now. You'll see 3 packages, 2 of them with the major discount I've managed to secure from our manufacturer. Select the one you most desire. Clinical trials have shown that the 3 or 6 bottle ones are most recommended, and hit the bottom below. Once you've secured your order, we'll immediately ship Liver Guard Plus straight to your doorstep. Now this program will do what nothing else could, stop liver damage and help it regenerate ultra fast. And that may be a little shocking to you. I get it. After all, the liver care giants have been preying on you ever since you first stepped foot in their offices. So let me change this right now. I want you to know that every single bottle of Liver Guard Plus comes with a solemn 60-day money-back guarantee. We'll give you a 100% refund, even if it's been 59 days. Give this all-natural supplement a try and escape this nightmare. Feel the joy of never having to worry that you might one day get a fatal diagnostic on your liver. See how great it is to see that lovely look of your spouse every single morning, unaffected by this monstrous disease. Experience all this, and in 60 days, if you're not happy with Liver Guard Plus, send me an email or call me, and I'll refund every single penny. No questions asked, no bureaucracy. You've got 2 full months to decide if Liver Guard Plus is the right thing for you. But you need to hurry. Dr. Repetto and I made a lot of enemies by posting this program online. Vicious pharmaceutical industry giants who woke up this morning and noticed their bank account balance was slimmer than yesterday. Snake liver drug manufacturers who don't know what to do with their remaining inventory of cheap knockoff products. Each one of them wants this site off the internet. So the next time my phone rings and I'm forced to take this program down, you'll be on your own. But why would you give up on your only real chance you have to actually revive every single liver cell, when you could join over 93,600 men and women in just a few weeks from now, when you have so little time to spend and so much to gain? Just imagine. No more fatigue in the morning, no more drowsiness in the afternoon, no more endless fear of thinking how you will feel if you eat this or that, and no more worrying all the time. Imagine making a significant impact on your overall liver health with this simple trick. Or building up hormones, proteins, enzymes, and critical blood markers for optimal organ functions and health without any efforts, without giving up on your favorite foods. Plus, imagine having such efficient detoxification functions that you'll burn fat like butter in a hot pan, shedding it off both your liver and your belly and hips. And it all starts when you select your package below and hit the buy button now. It's time for you to make a choice. The decision you're about to make will decide the course of the rest of your life. You can choose to stop spending money on the same old products on the market and hope in vain for a miracle to happen, when you already know that even though they may alleviate symptoms for a while, they do not treat the root cause of your liver deterioration. Or you can take this small step now, pick your package, hit the button below, and get control over your life again. You have the power to repair your perfect liver functions, and it's only one click away. No more fatigue, no more lethargic feelings, no more fear of future liver complications. You have the power to get your happiness back, and it costs close to nothing, especially when compared to the price you pay every time you visit your doctor, not to mention the damage it has on every aspect of your life and your mind and body. This formula works for any type of liver damage, in the early phases or more advanced, you may suffer from. Plus, you're protected by our 60-day no-questions-asked money-back guarantee. So go ahead and select your package now, and you can start being the person that you've always wanted to be. It all starts now with a single click, and it takes less than a minute. Do it now and give LiverGuard Plus a chance.